There is this saying in the world: fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And there are many believers agreeing with that statement. And that statement is not biblical. And first of all, even from a worldly point of view, that statement doesn't add up. Because a con artist or a scam artist is never going to use the same trick, the exact same trick on you again. Now, the scam or con artist may use the same trick all the time on new people, but if he used that same trick on one individual already, the individual already has a memory where a warning is built against that trick. So, the scam or con artist is not going to use that same trick the same time with you. What the con or scam artist may do is they may use a similar trick but in another way. And another thing, scam and con artists seldom stay for long term with the people they're conning or scamming. Because a scam or con artist just wants to get something out of you or to get you involved in something, and once that is succeeded, they're gone. Because the longer they stay around you, the more dangerous it is for them. Because the longer they remain around you, the easier it is for you to see through the scam. So why would a scam or con artist linger around you after getting what they wanted? Now you have some con and scam artists that stay around you. It's because they're using you to con and scam others. But they can never get away with using the exact same trick for the second time. So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That statement is a contradiction. It never happens like that in reality. So, that's another statement of self-condemnation that a lot of people agree with. As if you're supposed to be able to shut down everyone trying to take advantage of you. You have folks out there that only exist to take advantage of others. That's wrong. They should repent, they're wrong. And they use tricks to get things out of you. Now, if it happened once with you, it happened once. If it happened twice, in a different way, it's a different way. Because they will never come with exactly the same thing to you. They may come with the same pattern, but the outlook has to be different. So, why would you agree with that it's your fault if you've been fooled a second time? That means you're leaving the perpetrator off the hook. Again, beware with agreeing with quotes and statements of the world, because most of them are statements of self-condemnation that will damn you to curses. Well, about con and scam artists, it's obvious that they may use a similar pattern, but in a different way. For example, a con artist may have fooled you by telling you that he needs to loan money because he has a funeral. Okay? And you handed him money, you didn't get the money back. The second time he wants money from you, he may tell you, okay, I need to pay rent very quickly or else I'm out. He cannot come again saying, I have to pay a funeral, because you're going to think who died this time. If he goes around all the time telling everyone he has a funeral, people are going to think, what? How can he have so many people to bury all the time? So, he will use the same pattern of tricking you into trusting him, but he will use another shade to get the job done. And why is it important for you to understand this? Because that's how the demonic realm works too. Demons are never going to use the exact same hoax to lure you in. If you were 14 and demons tried to use selling drugs on the streets to get you in, it didn't work then. If you're 24, they're not coming with the same thing anymore. Why? Because now you're a bit older, you have different priorities, you have a job now, and you want to start a family, so they're not coming with that suggestion of selling drugs on the streets because you're not 14 anymore. You think better about the consequence of your actions. And you're not into partying and showing off anymore. So they cannot come with that same hoax of selling drugs on the streets to lure you in. Now let me tell you, become a member of this mega church. Because if you're a member of this mega church and you hand over your money, you will get a great investment in the spiritual. So it's the same pattern tricking you into a paranormal activity, because selling drugs is a paranormal activity. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but it is. But now, demons want you again in a paranormal activity, but now they lure you in via another method, mega church. So, you were fooled once, but you didn't fall for it. In the sense that you thought that telling doors on the streets was a good thing, but eventually realized I'm not doing it. Then, demons came again to trick you again into paranormal activity, but now they use the mega church. So, in your mind, a mega church and selling doors on the streets are two complete different things. But from a spiritual point of view, they're exactly the same thing. Because the one selling drugs on the street performs pharmakeia, which is a form of black magic to keep people in an active state of mind by offering them short-term relief through medication. In the mega church, the same type of relief is offered to people, but through corporate worship. So in both cases, people are addicted to relief. But on the streets, you get relief via medication. That means drugs sold on the streets. And in the megachurch, you get relief through corporate worship. Both are paranormal, but the methods are different. But we tend to see selling drugs on the streets as bad and attending a megachurch is something noble. Why? Because we think those two are completely separate from one another, but in fact they're not. And this lack of knowledge, or best said, lack of understanding, makes it easy for demons to fool us twice, thrice, and many more times, because demons never use the exact same thing on you. Again, they never do. So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're finished. That's how it has to be for believers. Not finished in the sense we're going to kill people, but finished in the sense that it won't work anymore. Because we, as believers, look at the bigger picture. That's what we ought to do. Well, that's it for now. Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace.